Hi dear students, I'm Miss Glecy Tan. Today I'll be actually teaching you all the double entry concept. Whether you are in Sec 3, Sec 4 or even Sec 5, double entry is the most basic in accounts. A lot of students think principles of accounts is very difficult and challenging, but actually they are very wrong. Okay, so today using this book, I'll be discussing with you all the double entry concept, which can be found on chapter 3 of this book. Okay, so in double entry concept, we have something called the T account. This is what we know as the T account, also known as the ledger. Okay, in a T account, on this side, it is known as the debit. On the right hand side, it is known as the credit side. For every transaction, there will always be one on the debit side and the other transaction will be on the credit side. Okay, so looking at page number 10 of the book, we just have to follow the DEAD concept to do the double entry. So, date. Just remember DEAD, date. The first D stands for your debit. The E stands for expenses. A stands for assets. And D stands for drawings. When any of these three increases, we will debit the account. Okay, so what is the opposite of all these? The opposite of debit is credit. The opposite of expenses is what we know as the income or revenue. The opposite of assets is liabilities. Opposite of drawings, capital. So, when any of these three increases, we will put it on the credit side. Okay, a short illustration here. I'll give you an example. Example 1. Bought furniture $3,000 by check. Whenever we see the word check, this word check always refers to bank. So the two accounts we will open here will be furniture account and bank account. Furniture account and the bank account. Okay, so as we know, furniture is an asset. Furniture is a fixed asset. When asset increases, we will put it on the debit side. So I will establish my arrows. Bank is also an asset. Asset increase on the debit side. So it goes up, goes down. If you bought furniture $3,000 by check in the business, there will be more furniture. Therefore, I will debit furniture account 3,000. And my bank account represents money up, money down. The money in the bank account will actually decrease. Therefore, I will credit the bank account 3,000. So, as you can see, when one entry is on the debit side, the next entry will be on the credit side. This is using the DEAD concept. Okay, I will illustrate more so you can actually learn. Okay, now we will try example 2. Example 2, paid wages 7,000 by check. Again, we establish check refers to bank. So, therefore, in this case, the two accounts that I will open will be the wages account and the bank account. Okay, so over here we know that wages is an expense. So, expenses increases on the debit side. My arrows, debit increase, credit decrease. Bank, earlier we mentioned that bank is a current asset. Asset increases on the debit side. So increase on the debit side, decrease on the credit side. When I paid wages $7,000 by check, the money in the bank, will it go up or go down? Obviously, the money in the bank will have to decrease. So, if it's on the decrease side, I will credit the bank account 7,000. And as we established, one credit will form another one on the debit side. Okay, these first two examples is related to the expenses and assets. Now, for the third example, we will touch on the credit part. Okay, the third example, example 3, paid creditor $1,200 by check. So, therefore, the two accounts that I will open here will be the creditors account and of course the bank account. As we mentioned, bank is an asset, so asset increases on the debit side and decreases on the credit. This creditor over here, creditor is a current liability. Liabilities increases on the credit side. Therefore, my arrow will increase on the credit and decrease on the debit. When I pay my creditor 1200, the money in my bank account will definitely decrease. Therefore, I will credit the bank account 1200 and I'll write here creditors. And who are creditors? Creditors are the people that the business owes. So, if I pay my creditor, I will actually owe my creditor lesser. Therefore, I will put it on the debit side. Here, we have also see that one debit, the other account will be on the credit side. Okay, so this double entry is a very, very easy concept, but a lot of students fail to grasp the concept. Okay, this concept, you have to use it for future topics when you actually learn the depreciation or your balance day adjustments or your provision for doubtful debts. There are so many topics linked to the double entry. So class, this is the end of our double entry tutorial. I'll see you next time for the next chapter. Bye!